Successful in the battles that he fights.
Successful in the battles that he fights, line.
With honor and with fortune.
With honor and with fortune is returned, line.
For where he is circumscribed.
From where he circumscribed with the sword and brought to yoke the enemies of Rome.
Hail Rome, victorious in thy morning weeds. Lo, as the bark that hath discharged his freight returns with precious lading to the bay, from whence at first she weighed her anchorage, cometh Andronicus, bound with laurel boughs, to resalute his country with his tears. Tears of true joy for his return to Rome. Thou great defender of this capital, stand gracious to the rights that we intend. Romans, of 25 valiant sons, behold the poor remains, alive and dead. These that survive, let Rome reward with love. These that I bring unto their there greet in silence as the dead are wont, and sleep in peace, slain in your country's wars.
Give us the proudest prisoner of the Goths, that we may hew his limbs and on a pile sacrifice his flesh before this earthly prison of their bones.
The noblest that survives, the eldest son of this
Stay! Roman brethren! Gracious conqueror, passion for her son, and if thy sons were ever dear to thee, oh, think my son as dear to me. Line. Sufficeth not that we were brought to line.
Rome to beautify.
Rome to beautify thy triumphs and return captive to thee and to thy Roman yoke. But must my sons be slaughtered in the streets for doing valiant doings for their country's cause? Andronicus, stain not thy tomb with blood. Thrice, no, blind.
Sweet mercy is nobility.
Sweet.
Patient yourself, madam, and pardon me. These are the brethren from whom your Goths beheld alive and dead. And for these brethren, religiously they ask a sacrifice. To this, your son is marked, and
They be clean soon. Oh, please. Oh, cruel, irreligious piety. Ah! Was never Scythia half so barbarous.
Line. Then, madam, stand resolved.
Then, madam, stand resolved, but hopeless.
secure from worldly chances in this house. Here lurks no treason. Here no envy swells. Here grow no damned drugs. Here are no storms, no noise, but silence. In eternal sleep, in peace and honor rest you here, my sons.
In peace and honor live Lord Titus long, my noble lord and father, live in fame. Lo, this tomb my tributary tears I render for my brethren's obsequies. And at thy feet I kneel with tears of joy shed on this earth for thy return to Rome. Oh, bless me here with thy victorious hand, whose fortunes Rome's best citizens applaud.
Kind themselves.
Andronicus, I do not flatter thee, but honor thee, and will do till I die. My faction, if thou strengthen with thy friends, I will most thankful be, and thanks to men of noble minds is honorable meed.
People of Rome, and people's tribunes here, I ask your voices and your suffrages. Will ye bestow them friendly on Andronicus?
To gratify the good Andronicus and gratulate his safe return to Rome,
The people will choose who he admits.
Tribunes, I thank you. And this suit I make, that you create our emperor. Sword, a valiant son-in-law thou shalt enjoy, one fit to bandy with thy lawless sons, to ruffle in the commonwealth of Rome. Saturn, whose virtues will, I hope, reflect on Rome as Titan's rays on earth, and ripen justice in this commonwealth. Then if you elect by my advice, crown him and say, long live our emperor.
With voices and applause of every sort we create, patricians and plebeians, and say, long live Lord Saturnine, our great emperor.
Long live Lord Saturnine! Long live the Emperor, Lord Saturnine!
Titus Andronicus, for thy favors done to us in our election this day, I give thee thanks in part of thy deserts, and will with deeds requite thy gentleness. And for an onset, Titus, to advance thy aim in honorable family, Lavinia will I make my empress, Rome's royal mistress, mistress of my heart, and in the sacred pantheon, her spouse. Tell me, Andronicus, doth this motion please thee?
It doth, my worthy lord, and in this match I hold me highly honored of your grace. And here in sight of Rome, to Saturnine, king and commander of our commonweal, the wide world's emperor, do I consecrate my sword, my chariot, and my prisoners. Presents well worthy Rome's imperious lord. Give me a second. Receive them then. Receive them then. The tribute that I owe, mine honors and signs humbled at thy feet.
Thanks, noble Titus, father of my life. How proud I am of thee and of thy gifts. Rome shall record, and when I do forget the least of these unspeakable deserts, Romans, forget your fealty to me.
Now, madam, are you prisoner to an emperor? To him that for your honor and your state will use you nobly and your followers.
Goodly lady, trust me of the hue that I would choose, were I to choose anew. Clear up, fair queen, that cloudy countenance. Though chance of war has wrought this change of cheer, thou comest not to be maids a scorn in Rome. Princely shall be thy usage every way. Rest on my word, and let not discontent daunt all thy hopes. Madam, he comforts you, can make you greater than the queen of gods. Lavinia, this does not displease you.
Not I, my lord. Sith true nobility warrants these words in princely courtesy.
Thanks, sweet Lavinia. Romans, let us go. Ransomless here, we set our prisoners free. Proclaim our honors, lords, with trump and drum.
Lord Titus, by your leave, this maid is mine.
What, sir? Are you earnest then, my lord?
I, noble Titus, and resolved withal to do myself this reason and this right.
Suum cuique is our Roman justice. This prince in justice seizeth but his own.
And that he will and shall, if Lucius lives.
Traitor's haunt! Where is the emperor's daughter? Treason, my lord! Lavinia is surprised. Surprised? By who?
By him that justly may bear his betrothed from all the world away.
Brothers, help to convey her hence away, and with my sword, I'll keep this door safe.
Follow, my lord, and I'll soon bring her back.
My lord, you pass not here.
What? Villain boy? Boss me my way?
nor thou, nor he, are any sons of mine. My sons would never so dishonor me. Traitor, restore Lavinia to the emperor.
Dead if you will, but not to be his wife. That is another's lawful promised love.
No, Titus, no. The emperor needs her not, nor her, nor thee, nor any of thy stock. I'll trust by leisure him that mocks me once, thee never, nor thy traitorous, haughty sons. Confederates all thus to dishonor me. Was none in Rome to make a scale but Saturnine? Full well, Andronicus agree these deeds with that proud brag of thine that sets I begged the empire at thy hands.
Oh, monstrous! What reproachful words are these?
But go thy ways. Go give that changing piece to him, to him that flourished for her with his sword. A valiant son-in-law thou shalt enjoy, one fit to bandy with thy lawless sons, to ruffle in the commonwealth of Rome.
These words are razors to my wounded heart.
And therefore, lovely Tamara, queen of Goths, that like the stately Phoebe amongst her nymphs dost outshine the gallantest dames in Rome, if thou art pleased with this, my sudden choice, behold, I choose thee, Tamara, for my bride, and will create thee Empress of Rome. Well, speak, Queen of Goths. Dost thou applaud my choice?
And here in sight of heaven to Rome, if Saturnine advance the Queen of Goths, I will be a handmaid to his desires, a loving nurse, a mother to his youth.
Ascend, fair queen. Pantheon! Lords, accompany your noble emperor and his lovely bride, sent from the heavens for Prince Saturnine, whose wisdom hath her fortune conquered. There shall we consummate our spousal rites.
I am fit to wait upon this bride. Titus, when wilt thou want?
See what thou hast done? In a bad quarrel slain a virtuous son?
No, foolish tribune, no. No son of mine, nor thou, nor these confederates in the deed that hath dishonored all our family. Unworthy brother, and unworthy sons.
But let us give him burial as becomes. Give Mutius burial with our brethren.
Traitors away! He rests not in this tomb. This monument 500 years hath stood, which I have sumptuously re-edified. Here none but soldiers and Rome's servitors repose and think. None basely slain in brawls. Bury him where you can.
My soul,
Dear Father, soul and substance of us all.
suffer thy brother Marcus to inter his noble nephew here in virtue's nest, that died in honor and Lavinia's cause. Thou art a Roman, be not barbarous. Let not young
There lie thy bones, sweet Mutius, with thy friends, till we with trophies do adorn thy tomb. No man shed tears for noble Mutius. He lives in fame that died in virtue's cause.
My lord, to step out of these dreary dumps, how comes it that the subtle queen of Goths is of a sudden thus advanced in Rome?
I know not this, but I know it is. Whether by device or no, the heavens can tell. Is she not then beholden to the man?
that brought her for this high good turn so far?
Yes, and will nobly him remunerate.
You're good at it, Megan.
So, Bossy Ames, you have played your prize. God give you joy, sir, of your gallant bride.
And you of yours, sir. And you of yours, my lord. I say no more, nor wish no less, and so I take my leave.
Traitor! If Rome have law, or we have power, thou and thy faction shall repent this rape.
Rape, God! To seize my own, my true betrothed love, and now my wife. But let the laws of Rome determine all. Meanwhile am I possessed of that is mine.
'Tis good, sir. You are very short with us, but if we live, we'll be as sharp with you.
My lord, what I have done is best I may. Answer I must, and shall do with my life. Only thus much I give your grace to know. This noble gentleman, Lord Titus here, is in opinion and in honor wronged. That in the rescue of Lavinia with his own hand did slay his youngest son in zeal to you, and hiding moved to wrath, to be controlled in that he frankly gave. Receive him then to favor, Saturnine, that hath expressed himself in all his deeds, a father and a friend to thee and Rome.
Prince Boscianus, leave to plead my deeds. 'Tis thou and those that hath dishonored me. Rome in the gracious heavens be my judge, how I have loved and honored Saturnine.
My worthy lord, if ever Tamara thou did love, nope, that's not it. If ever Tama were gracious in those princely eyes of thine, then hear me speak indifferently for all. And at my suit sweet, pardon what is past.
What? Madam, be dishonored, obey openly, and basely put it up without revenge?
Not so, my lord. The gods of Rome forfend I should be an author to dishonor you. But on mine honor dare I undertake for good Lord Titus's innocence in all, whose fury not dissembled speaks his grief. Then at my suit look graciously on him. Lose not so noble a friend on vain suppose, nor with sour looks afflict his gentle heart. My lord, be ruled by me, be won at last. Dissemble all thy griefs and discontents. You are but newly planted on the throne, less than the people and patricians too, upon a just survey, take Titus's part, and so supplant you for ingratitude, which Rome reputes to be a heinous sin. Yield at entries. Then let me alone. I'll find a day to massacre them all, to raise their faction and their family, the cruel father and his traitorous sons, for whom I lie.
To whom I sued for my dear son's life.
To whom I sued for my dear son's life, and let them know what 'tis to make a queen kneel in the streets in grace and vain. Come, come, sweet emperor, come, Andronicus, take up this good old man and cheer line.
Cheer the heart that dies, and tempest with thy anger frown.
What?
And cheer the heart that dies.
And cheer the heart that dies in the tempest of thy angry frown.
Rise, Titus, rise. My empress has prevailed.
I thank your majesty and her, my lord. These words, these looks, have infused new life in me.
Titus, I am an incorporate in Rome, a Roman now happily adopted, and must advise the emperor for his own good. This day all quarrels die, Andronicus, And let it be on mine honor, good my lord, that I have reconciled your friends and you. For you, Prince Bassianus, I have passed my word and promised the emperor that you will be more mild and tractable. And you, Lavinia, fear not, my lords. By my advice, all humbled on your knees, you shall ask pardon for his majesty.
We do, and vow to heaven and to his highness that what we did was mildly as we might, tendering our sister's honor and our own.
On mine honor, here I do protest.
Away, and talk not. Trouble us no more.
Nay, sweet emperor, we must all be friends. The tribune and his nephews kneel for grace. I will not be denied, sweetheart. Look back.
Marcus, for thy sake and thy brothers here, and at my lovely Tamara's entreats, I do remit these young men's heinous faults. Lavinia, though you left me like a churl, I found a friend. And as sure as death I swore I would not part a bachelor from the priest. Come, at the emperor's court and feast two brides, you are my guest, Lavinia, and your friends. This day shall be a love day, Tamara.
Tomorrow, and please your majesty, to hunt the panther and the hart with me. With grace? No, with horn and hound will give your grace bonjour.
Be it so, Titus, and gramercy too.
Now climbeth Tamara Olympus' top, safe out of fortune's shot, and sits aloft, secure of thunder's crack or lightning flash, and having built the ocean with his beams, gallops the zodiac in his glistering coach and overlooks the highest peering hills. So Tamara, upon her wit doth earthly honor wait, and virtue stoops and trembles at her frown. Then, Aaron, arm thy heart, and fit thy thoughts to mount aloft with thy imperial mistress, and mount her pitch, whom thou in triumph long hast prisoner held, fettered in amorous chains, and faster bound to Aaron's charming eyes than is Prometheus tied to Caucasus. Away! Hello, what storm is this?
Chiron, thy ears want wit, thy wits want edge and manners to intrude where I am graced, and may, for aught thou knowest, affected be.
Demetrius, thou dost overween in all, and so in this to bear me down with braves. 'Tis not the difference of a year or two makes me less gracious, or thee more fortunate.
We're in the wrong place.
I am as beautiful. I love Lavinia more than all the world.
Youngling, make thou some meaner choice. Lavinia is thine elder brother's hope.
Why are ye mad? Or thinking
Mill than what's the miller of? And line.
And easy it is.
And easy it is of a cut loaf to steal a shive, we know, line.
Though Bassianus.
Though Bassianus be the emperor's brother, better he have worn Vulcan's badge.
I am as good as Saturninus may.
Line.
Then why should he?
Take this of me. Lucrece was not more chaste than this Lavinia Bassianus loved. A speedier course than lingering languishment must be pursued, and I have found the path. My lords, a solemn hunting is in
the lovely Roman lady's troop. The forest walks are wide and spacious, and many unfrequented plots there are, fitted by kind for rape and villainy. Single you thither then this day to go, and strike her home by force, if not by force. This way
yourselves, but to your wishes height advance you both. The emperor's palace is like the house of tongues. The palace full of... The emperor's court is like the house of fame. The palace full of tongues, of eyes and ears. The woods are ruthless, dreadful, deaf and dull. There speak and strike, brave boys, and take your turns. There serve your lust, shadowed from heaven's eye, and revel in Lavinia's treasury.
The hunt is up. The morn is bright and gray. The fields are fragrant and the woods are green. Uncouple here and let us make a bed, and wake the emperor and his lovely bride, and rouse the prince and ring a hunter's peal, that all the court may echo with the noise. Sons, let it be your charge, as it is ours, to attend the emperor's person carefully. I have been troubled in my sleep last night. No, this night. But dawning day new, comfort inspired. No, but dawning day new, comfort hath inspired. Many good morrows to your majesty. Madam, to you as many and as good. I promised your grace a hunter's peal.
And you have rung it lustily, my lord. Somewhat too early for new married ladies.
Lavinia, how say you?
I say no. I have been broad awake 2 hours and more.
I have dogs, my lord. Nope, I'm wrong.
Come on then. Horse and chariots let us have, and to our sports. Madam, now shall you see our Roman hunts.
I have dogs. That will line out. They'll arouse the proudest panther in the chase and climb the highest promontory top.
And I have horse will follow where the game makes way and runs like swallows over the plain.
Chiron, we hunt not we with horse nor hound, but line, but hope to pluck a dainty doe to ground.
Boys, you shall know your mother's hand, shall rouse your mother's wrong.
Stay, madam! There's more here belongs to her. First thrash the corn, then after burn the straw. This minion stood upon her chastity, upon her nuptial vow, her loyalty, and with that quaint hope braves your mightiness. And shall she carry this unto her grave?
And if she do, I were an eunuch, drag hence her husband.
Let this wasp not outlive us both to sing.
I warrant you, madam, we will make that sure. Come, mistress. Now, perforce we will enjoy that nice preserved honesty of yours.
Tamara, thou bearest a woman's faith.
I will not hear her speak. Away with her.
Sweet lords, entreat her hear me but a word. Listen. As young ones teach the dam. Oh, do not learn her wrath, she taught it thee. The milk thou suckst from her didst turn to marvel, even at thy teeth thou hadst thy tyranny, yet every mother breeds not sons alike. Do thou entreat her show a woman's pity.
What wouldst thou have me prove myself?
Teach thee, for my father's sake, who gave thee life when well he might have slain thee, be not obdurate, open thy deaf ears.
Hadst thou ne'er offended me in person, even for his sake, I am pitiless. Remember, boys, I poured forth tears in vain to save thy brother from the slaughter, but fierce Andronicus would not relent. Therefore, away with her, and use her as you will, the better. The worse to her, the better loved of me.
Oh, place, for 'tis not life that I have begged so long. Poor I was slain when Bassianus died.
What beggest thou then, bondwoman? Let me go.
Oh, 'tis present death, I beg.
and one hell. Oh, keep me from their worse than killing lust, and tumble me into some loathsome pit where never man's eye may behold my body. Do this and be a charitable murderer. So, I should rob my sons of their fee? No. Let them satisfy their lust on thee. Away! Oh, beastly creature, the plot and enemy to our general name, confusion full!
Nay then, I'll stop your mouth. Bring now her husband. This is the hole where Aaron made us hide him.
Once to behold the thing read, it trembles by surmise. Well, tell me who it is, for ne'er till now was I a child of fear, I know not what.
Lord Bassianus lies bewrayed in blood, all in a heap, like to a slaughtered lamb in this detested, dark, blood-drinking pit.
If it be dark, how dost thou know 'tis he?
Upon his bloody finger he doth wear a precious ring that lightens all this whole, which like a taper in some monument doth shine upon the dead man's earthy cheeks, and shows the ragged entrails of this pit. O brother, help me with thy fainting hand, fear hath made me faint as me it hath.
Reach me thy hand that I may help thee out. I have no strength to pluck thee to the brink.
Nor I no strength to climb without thy help.
Thy hand once more. I will not loose again till thou art here above or I below. Thou canst not come to me, I come to thee.
Along with me, I'll see what hole is here, and what he is that now is left into it. Say, who art thou that lately didst descend into this gaping hollow of the earth?
The unhappy sons of old Andronicus, brought here in the most unlucky hour to find thy brother Bassianus dead.
My brother dead? I know thou dost but jest. He and his lady both are at the lodge upon the north side of this pleasant chase. 'Tis not an hour since I left them there.
We know not where you left them, all alive, but alas, here we have found him dead.
Where is my lord the king?
Here, Tamara, though cried with killing grief.
Where is thy brother Bassianus?
Now to the bottom dost thou search my wound. Here poor Bassianus lies murdered.
Oh, then all too late. I bring this fatal writ, the complot of this timeless tragedy, and wonder how it is that a man's face can fold so greatly and hide such murderous treachery.
And if we miss to meet him handsomely, sweet huntsman, 'tis Bassianus we mean. Do thou so much as dig the grave for him. Thou knowst our meaning. Look for thy reward among the nettles at the elder tree, which overshades the mouth of that same pit where we decreed to bury Bassianus. Do this, and purchase us thy lasting friends. O Tamara, has ever heard the like? This is the pit, and this the elder tree. Look, sirs, if you can find the huntsman out that should have murdered Bassianus here.
My gracious lord, here is the bag of gold.
Two of thy whelps, fell curs of bloody kind, have here bereft my brother of his life. Sirs, drag them from the pit and unto the prison. There let them bide until we have devised some never heard of torturing pain for them.
Are they in this pit? Oh! How wondrous, how easily murder is discovered, wondrous thing!
High Emperor, upon my feeble knee, I beg this boon, with tears not lightly shed. Let this fell fault of my accursed sons, accursed if the fault be proved.
If it be proved, you see, it is apparent. Who found the letter? Was it you?
Andronicus himself did take it up.
I did, my lord. Yet let me be their bearer. For by my father's reverend tomb, I vow they shall be ready at your highness' will to answer their suspicion with their lives.
Thou shalt not bail them. See thou follow me. Some carry the murdered body, and some the murderers. For by my soul, were there worse end than death? That end upon them should be executed.
Andronicus, I will entreat the king. Fear not thy sons. They'll do well enough.
And ravished thee.
Write down thy mind, bewray thy meaning so, and if thy stuffs will let thee play the scribe.
See how with signs and tokens she can scrawl.
Go home, call for sweet water, wash thy hands.
She hath no tongue to call, nor hands to wash. And so, let's leave her to her silent walks.
And for my cause I should go hang myself.
If thou hadst hands to help thee knit the cord.
Niece that flies away so fast? Cousin, a word. Where is your husband? If I do dream, would all my wealth would wake me? If I do wake, some planet strike me down that I may slumber in eternal sleep. Speak, gentle niece, what stern, ungentle hands have lopped and hewed and made thy body bare of her 2 branches? Those sweet ornaments, whose circling shadows kings have sought to sleep in, and might not gain so great a happiness as half thy love. Why does not thou speak to me? Alas, crimson river, of all this loss of blood to conduit with 3 issuing spouts, and thy cheeks as red as Titan's face, blushing to be encountered with a cloud. Shall I speak for thee? Shall I say 'tis so, that I knew thy mind, knew the beast, that I might rail at him to ease my mind? Line.
Come, let us go.
Come. Let us go and make a father blind, for such a sight will blind a father's eye. 1 hour line.
1 hour storm will drown the fragrant.
1 hour storm will drown the fragrant meads. What will months of tears thy father's eyes? Oh, do not turn away, for we will mourn with thee. Oh, if only our mourning could ease thy misery.
For all my blood and Rome! Great quarrel set! For all the frosty nights that I have watched, and for these bitter tears which now you see, filling the aged wrinkles in my cheeks, be pitiful to my condemned sons, whose souls is not corrupted as 'tis thought. For 22 sons I never wept, because they died in honor's lofty bed. For these 2 tribunes, in the dust I write.
To rescue my 2 brothers from their death, for which attempt the judges have pronounced my everlasting doom of banishment.
Oh! Rome is but a wilderness of tigers. Tigers must prey, and Rome offers no prey but me and mine. How happy art thou then for these devourers to be banished? But who
or else thy noble heart to break, I bring consuming sorrow of thine age.
will it consume me? Let me see it then.
This is thy daughter.
Why, Marcus? So she is.
I mean, this object kills me.
Faint-hearted boy, arise. Speak, Lavinia. What accursed hand hath made thee handless in thy father's sight? My grief was at the height before thou camest, and now like Nilus it staineth bounds. Well, give me a sword, I'll chop my hand off too, for they have fought for Rome, and all in vain. Now all the service I require of them is that one will help cut the other. 'Tis well, Lavinia, that thou hast no hands.
Gentle sister, who hath martyred thee?
Oh, that delightful engine of her thoughts, that blabbed them with such pleasing eloquence, is torn forth from that pretty, hollow cage, that like a sweet melodious bird, it sung sweet varied notes, enchanting every ear.
Oh, say thou for her, who hath done this deed?
Oh, thus I found her, straying in the park, seeking to hide herself as doth the deer that hath received an unrecurring wound.
It was my dear, and he that wounded her hath hurt me. This way to death my wretched sons are gone, and here stands my other son, a banished man, and here my brother weeping at my woes. But that which gives my soul the greatest spurn, dearer than my soul. Had I but seen thy picture in this plight, it would have maddened me. What shall I do now I behold thy lively body so? Thou hast no hands to wipe away thy tears.
Father, cease your tears, for at your grief see how my wretched sister sobs and weeps.
Look, Marcus. O son Lucius, look on her. When I did name her brothers, then fresh tears stood on her cheeks, as doth the honeydew upon a gathered lily almost withered.
Perchance she weeps because they killed her husband. Perchance because she knows them innocent.
If they did kill thy husband, revenge on them. No, they would not do so.
I love thy sons. Let Marcus, Lucius, or thyself, old Titus, or any one of you, cut off your hand and send it to the king. He for the same will send thee hither.
Gentle Aaron, did ever raven sing so like a lark that gives sweet tidings of the sun's uprise? With all my heart, I'll send the emperor my hand. Good Aaron, wilt thou help to chop it off?
Stay, Father.
Come, agree whose hand should go along, for fear they die before their pardon comes.
My hand shall go.
By heaven it shall not go.
What's that here? Do then, dear heart, for heaven shall hear our prayers, or with our sighs we'll breathe the welkin dim and stain the sun with fog. As sometimes clouds, when they do hug him in their melting bosoms.
Brother, speak with possibility. Do not break into these deep extremes.
Is not my sorrows deep, having no bottom? Then be my passions bottomless with them.
Yes, but let
And thou sentest the emperor. Here are the heads of thy 2 noble sons, and here's thy hand in scorn to thee sent back. Thy grief, their sports. Thy resolution, mocked. That woe, makes me to think upon thy woes more than remembrance of my father's death.
Now let hot Etna cool in Sicily and be my heart in ever-burning hell. These miseries are more than may be borne to weep with them. That we've done easome deal, but sorrow flouted at is double death.
Ah, that this sight should make so deep a wound, and yet detested life not shrink thereat. That ever death should let life bear his name, where life hath no more interest but to breathe.
Alas, poor heart, that kiss is comfortless as frozen water to a starved snake.
When will this fearful slumber have an end?
Now farewell. Die, Andronicus. Thou dost not slumber? See thy two sons' heads here, thy mangled daughter here, thy other banished son, with this dear sight struck pale and bloodless in thy brother eye. Even like a stony image, cold and numb, no more will I control thy griefs. Rend off thy other hand, thy silver hair. Mine. Gnawing with thy teeth, and be this sight the closing up of our most wretched eyes. Now is a time to storm. Why art thou still? Why dost thou laugh? It's not fit with the hour.
This sorrow is an enemy. And when you usurp upon my watery eyes and make them blind with tributary tears. Then which way shall I find revenge's cave? Till all these mischiefs be returned again, even in their throats that have committed them. Come, let me see what task I have to do. You heavy people, circle me about, that I may turn to each one of you. The vow is made. Come, brother. Take a head. Bear thou my hand. Oh, sweet wench, between thy teeth. As for thee, boy, as I think you do, let's kiss and part.
Farewell, Andronicus, my noble father, the woefulest man that ever lived in Rome. Farewell, proud Rome, till Lucius come again. He loves his pledges dearer than his life. Farewell, Lavinia, my noble sister. Oh, would thou wert as thou tofore hast been. But now nor Lucius nor Lavinia lives but in oblivion and hateful griefs. If Lucius lives, he will requite your wrongs and make proud Saturnine and his empress beg at the gates like Tarquin and his queen. Now will I go to the Goths to raise a power to be revenged on Rome and Saturnine.
Titus
Somewhat, Lucius. Somewhat doth she mean.
See, Lucius, see how much she makes of thee? Somewhither would she have thee go with her. Canst thou not guess wherefore she plies thee thus?
My grandsire say full oft, extremity of griefs would make men mad. And I have read that Hecuba of Troy ran mad for sorrow. That made me to fear. Although, my lord, I know my noble aunt loves me as dear as e'er my
Of thee. Open them. But thou art deeper read and better skilled. Come and take choice of all my library, and so beguile thy sorrow, till the heavens reveal the damned contriver of this deed. Why lifts she up her arms in sequence thus?
I think she means that there were more than one confederate, in fact. Aye, more there was, or else to heaven she heaves them for revenge.
Metamorphoses. My mother gave it to me.
For love of her that's gone. Perhaps she called it from among the rest.
Soft, so busily she turns the leaves. What would she find? Lavinia, shall I read? Oh, had we never hunted there. Patterned by that poet there describes, by nature made for murders and for rapes.
Why should nature build so foul a den unless the gods delight in tragedies?
Give some.
Sweet niece, brother, sit by me. Apollo, Pallas, Jove, or Mercury, inspire me that I may this treason find. My lord, look here, Lavinia, look.
Oh.
This be the heart that forced us to this shift, right thou, good niece, and here display at last what God will have discovered for revenge. Heaven guide thy pen to print thy sorrow plain, that we may know the traitors and the truth.
Chiron, Demetrius.
What? What? The lustful sons of Tamara performance of this bloody heinous deed?
Are we cutting this Latin?
Yes.
Okay. No. The Magni Dominator.
Okay.
All right, cool. That's gone.
Oh, calm thee, gentle lord.
Oh, that's weird.
Okay.
I'll just scream.
Oh, calm thee, gentle lord. I know there is enough written upon this earth to stir. And swear with me, as with the woeful fair and father of that chaste, dishonored dame, Lord Junius Brutus swore for Lucretia's rape, that we will prosecute by good advice mortal revenge upon these barbarous Goths, and see their blood or die with this reproach.
I just have to.
Oh, heavens. Can you hear a good man groan and not relent or compassion him? Marcus, attend him in his ecstasy that hath more scars of sorrow in his heart than foeman's marks upon the enemy's shields, but yet so just that he will not revenge. Revenge the heavens for good Andronicus.
Said Aaron, we are all undone. No help, oh woe betide thee evermore.
Why, what a caterwauling dost thou keep? What dost thou wrap and fumble in thy arms?
Oh, that which I would hide from heaven's eye. Our empress' shame and stately Rome's disgrace. She is delivered, lords. She is delivered.
To whom?
I mean, she's for her.
A devil.
Why, then she is the devil's dam. A joyful issue.
A joyless, dismal, black, and sorrowful issue. Here's the babe, as loathsome as a toad amongst the fair-faced breeders of our clime. She sends it thee, thy stamp, thy seal, and bids thee christen it with thy dagger's point.
Zounds, ye whore! Is black so base a hue?
Villain, what hast thou done?
That which thou canst not undo.
Thou hast undone our mother.
Villain, I have done thy mother. Go to the Empress. Tell her this, I said. So cries a pig, prepare it to. The fields are near, and you are gallant grooms. This done, see that you take no longer days, but send the midwife presently to me. The midwife and the nurse well made away. Then let the ladies tattle what they please.
Aaron, I see thou wilt not trust the air with secrets.
For this care of Tamara, her and hers are slime.
Herself and hers are highly bound.
Herself and hers are highly bound to thee. And we eat you off stage.
Now to the Goths, as swift as swallow flies. Line. There to dispose this line. This treasure in mine arms, and secretly to greet the Empress' friends. Come on, you thick-lipped slave. I'll bear you hence, for it is you that puts us to our ships. I'll make you feed on berries and on roots, and fat on curds and whey, and suck the goat, and cabin in a cave, and bring you up to be a warrior and command a camp.
Do we strip them all off as soon as we put the cloaks on, or have we already done that, or do you want us to leave them on?
What do we think about this? Right? What do you need to take them off right now? Are you using them again?
No.
We're gonna take them off. Do you have time?
Yeah. We have that couple lines.
Which, if they have help.
But you don't have your cloaks on yet, right?
No, we're about to put them on after this.
So we can leave them on until we cloak them.
Why don't you do that? Especially because you've got so much armor on you right now. Yeah. Let's see what this looks like with your weapons.
What news with thee, Emilius?
Arm, my lord. Rome never had more of a cause. The Goths have gathered head. With the power of high resolve, men bent and spoil. They have their march, made under control of Lucius, son to Andronicus, who threats in course of this revenge to do as much ever as Coriolanus
Is
did.
more like Lucius, general of the Goths.
Aye. Now begins our sorrows to approach. 'Tis he the common people love so much, and myself have often heard them say, when I have walked like a private man, that Lucius's banishment was wrongfully, and that they wished Lucius were their emperor.
Why should you fear? Is not your city strong?
Aye, but the citizens favor Lucius, and will revolt from me to succor him.
King, be imperious in thy thoughts like thy name. Then cheer thy spirit, for thou know, Emperor. I will enchant old Andronicus with words more sweet and yet more dangerous than baits to fish or honey stalks to sheep. When one is wounded with baits, the other is rotted with delicious feed.
But he will not entreat his son for us.
If Tamara entreat him, then he will. For I can smooth and fill his aged ears with golden promises that were his heart almost impregnable, his old ears deaf, yet both ear and heart should obey my tongue. Go thou before to be our ambassador. Say that the emperor requests a parley of warlike Lucius, and appoint a meeting even at the house of old Andronicus.
Emilius, Do this message honorably, and if he stand in hostage for his safety, bid him demand what plead will please him best.
Your bidding shall I do effectually.
Now I will to that old Andronicus and temper him with all the art I have to pluck proud Lucius from the warlike Goths. And now, sweet Emperor, be blithe again and bury all thy fear in my devices.
Then go incessantly and plead to him.
I love you two holding your weapons up there. It makes them seem strong. And also, Tom,
And wherein Rome hath done you any scath, let him make treble satisfaction.
Brave slip sprung from the great Andronicus, whose high exploits and honorable deeds ungrateful Rome requites with foul contempt. Be bold in us. We'll follow where thou leadest, like stinging bees in hottest summer's day, led by their master to the flowered fields, and be avenged on cursed Tamara. And as he saith, so say we all with him! Rah!
I held my heart in extreme laughter. I pried me through the crevice of a wall, when for his hand he had his 2 sons' heads, beheld his tears, and laughed so heartily that both mine eyes were rady like to his. And when I told the Empress of this sport, she sounded almost at my pleasing tale, and for my tidings gave me 20 kisses.
What, canst thou say all this and never blush?
Aye, like a black dog, as the saying goes.
Art thou not sorry for these heinous deeds?
Aye, that I had not done 1,000 more.
Strange and sad habiliment, I will encounter old Andronicus and say I am revenge, and sent from below to join him to and right his heinous wrongs. Knock at his study, where they say he keeps to ruminate with strange plots of dire revenge. Tell him I'm revenge. Come to join him and work with him and work confusion on his enemies. Talk with me.
I am not mad. I know thee well enough. Witness this wretched stump. Witness these crimson lines. Witness these trenches made by grief and care. Witness the tiring day and heavy night. Witness all sorrow, that I know thee well for our proud empress. Mighty Tamara, is not thou coming for my other hand?
No, thou sad man, I am not Tamara. She is thy enemy, and I am thy friend. I am revenge, sent from the infernal kingdom on thy foes. Come down and welcome me to this world's light. Confer with me of murder and of death. There's not a hollow cave or lurking place, no vast obscurity or misty veil where bloody murder or detested rape can couch for fear. But I will find them out, and in their ear whisper, and in their ears tell them my dreadful name, Revenge. Sirs, and come with me.
Are these thy ministers?
Take such vengeance on these kinds of men.
Good Lord, how like the Empress' sons they are. And you the Empress. But we worldly men have miserable, mad, and
This closing with him fits his lunacy. Whate'er I forged to feed him, to feed his brain sick humors, do you uphold and maintain in your speeches. for now he firmly takes me for revenge. Practice out of hand to scatter and disperse the giddy Goths, or at least make them his enemies. See, here he comes, and I must ply my theme.
Long have rapine and murder, you are welcome to. Well, how like the Empress and her sons you are. Well, are you fitted? Had you but a more? Look round about.
You abide with him whilst I go tell my good emperor how I do make a merry jest of our determined jest. Yet, yield to his humor, smooth and speak him fair, and tarry with him until I return again.
I knew them all, though they supposed me mad, and will overreach them in their own devices. A pair of cursed hellhounds and their dam.
Madam, depart with pleasure.
What is your will?
Know you these two?
The Empress's sons, I take them. Chiron, Demetrius.
Fie, Publius, fie! Thou art too much deceiving. The one is murder, and rape is the other's name. And therefore bind them, gentle Publius. Caius and Publius, lay hands on them. Oft have you heard me wish for such an hour, and now I find it. Therefore bind them sure, and stop their mouths if they begin to cry.
Villains, forbear, we are the Emperor's sons.
Therefore we do what we are commanded.
Sir, stop their mouths. Let them not speak to me. But let them hear what fearful words I utter. Oh, villains, Chiron and Demetrius. Here stands the spring whom you have stained with mud. This goodly summer with your winter mix. You killed her husband, and for that vile fault 2 of her brothers were condemned to death. My hand cut off and made a merry jest. Both her sweet hands, her tongue, and more that dear than hands or tongue, her spotless chastity. Inhuman traitors, you constrained and forced your guilty blood. You know your mother means to feast with me, and calls herself revenge and thinks me mad. Hark, villains, I will grind your bones to dust and prepare your throats. Lavinia, come. Receive the blood. And with that, they are dead. Let me go grind your bones to powder small, and with this hateful liquor temper it. And in that pace let their vile heads be bent.
Till he be brought unto the Empress's face for testimony of her foul proceedings. And see the ambush of our friends be strong, I fear the Emperor means no good to us.
Some devil whisper curses in my ear, prompt me, that my tongue may utter forth the venomous malice in my swelling heart.
Away, inhuman dog, unhallowed slave. Sirs, help our uncle to convey him in. The trumpets show the Emperor is at hand.
Hath the firmament more sons than one?
What boots it thee to call thyself a son?
Rome's emperor and nephew. Break the parley. These quarrels must be quietly debated. The feast is ready, which, careful Titus, hath ordained to be an honorable end, for peace, for love, for league and good to Rome. Please you therefore, draw nigh and take your places.
Marcus, we will.
Welcome, my gracious lord. Welcome, dread queen. Welcome, ye warlike Goths. Welcome, Lucius, and welcome all. Although the cheer be poor, 'twill fill your stomachs, please you. Eat of it.
Why art thou thus attired, Andronicus?
Because I would be sure to have all well to entertain your highness and your empress.
We are beholden to you, good Andronicus.
And if your highness knew my heart, you would. My lord the emperor, resolve me this. Was it well done of rash Virginius to slay his daughter with his own right hand, because she was enforced, stained, and deflowered?
It was Andronicus.
Your reason, my dear lord.
Because the girl should not survive her shame, and by her presence still renew his sorrow.
A reason, mighty, strong, and effectual. A pattern, precedent, and lively warrant. For me, most wretched, to perform the like. Die, die, Lavinia, and thy shame with thee. And with thy shame, thy father's sorrows die.
Take him out. Too hard. What hast thou done?
Killed him?
Unnatural and unkind.
Killed him, for my tears have made me blind. I am as woeful as Virginius was, and have 1,000 times more cause than he to do this outrage. And it now is done.
What? Was she ravished? Tell who did the deed.
Will't please you, would please your highness.
Why hast thou slain your only daughter thus?
Not I. 'Twas Chiron and Demetrius. They ravished her and cut away her tongue, and 'twas they that did her all this wrong.
Go fetch them hither to us presently.
Why, there they are, both baked in this pie, whereof their mother daintily hath fed, eating the flesh that she herself hath made. 'Tis true, witness my knife's sharp point.
Die, frantic wretch, for this accursed deed!
Can the son's eye behold his father bleed? There's meed for meed, death for a deadly deed.
You sad-faced men, people, and sons of Rome, by uproar severed as a flight of fowl scattered by winds and high tempestuous gusts. Oh, let me teach you how to knit again. This scattered corn into one mutual sheath, these broken limbs again into one body.
Come, come, thou reverend men of Rome, and bring our emperor gently in thy hand. Lucius, our emperor, for well I know the common voice do cry, it shall be so.
Lucius, all hail Rome's royal emperor.
Thanks, gentle Romans. May I govern so now? Wrong. Sorry.
Go to old Titus, Sorrow, in our hail that misbelieving Lord be adjudged some direful, slaughtering death as punishment for his most wicked life. Long live Lord Rome's great emperor!
Why, thanks, gentle Romans. Never mind. Now? Thanks, gentle Romans. May I govern so to heal Rome's harms and wipe away her woe. But gentle people, give me aim a while, for nature puts me to a heavy task. Stand all aloof, but uncle, draw you near, to shed obsequious tears upon this trunk. Oh, take this warm kiss on thy pale, cold lips, these sorrowful drops upon thy blood-stained face, the last true duties of thy noble son.
Tear for tear, and loving kiss for kiss, thy brother Marcus tenders on thy lips. Oh, were the sum of these that I should pay countless and infinite, yet I would pay every one.
Come hither, boy. Come, come and learn of us, to melt in showers. Thy grandsire loved thee well, many a time he danced thee on his knee, sung thee asleep his loving breast thy pillow. Many a story hath he told to thee, and bid thee his pretty tales in mind, and talk of them when he was dead and gone.
How many thousand times have these poor lips, when they were living, warmed themselves on thine? Oh, now, sweet boy, give them their latest kiss. Bid him farewell, commit him to the grave, do them that kindness, and take leave of him.
Oh, grandsire, grandsire, e'en with all my heart, were I were dead, so you did live again. Oh, Lord, I cannot speak to him for weeping. My tears will choke me if I ope my mouth.
You sad Andronici, who have done with woes, give sentence on this execrable wretch, who hath been breeder of these dire events.
Set him breast deep in earth and famish him. There let him stand and rave and cry for food. If anyone relieves or pities him for the offense, he dies. This is our doom. Some stay to see him fastened in the earth.
Ah, why should wrath be mute and fury dumb? I am no baby, I, that with base prayers I should repent the evils I have done. 10,000 worse than ever yet I did would I perform if I might have my will. If one good deed in all my life I did, I do repent it from my very soul.
Some loving friends convey the emperor hence and give him burial in his father's grave. My father and Lavinia shall forthwith be clothed in our household's monument. As for that ravenous tiger Tamara, no funeral rite, no man in mourning weed, no mournful bell shall ring her burial. But throw her forth to beasts and birds to prey. Her life was beastly and devoid of pity, and being dead, let birds on her take pity.
Black Iris.
Thank you.